If not, well, then I might have to keep working a little bit harder. Let's jump into this. Last series of the day is gonna be best of 5 between Special in the bottom right and Jieshi in the top left. Playing from China, most likely. I wonder what ping he has. Special here. I'm not sure where exactly he is right now. I'm never sure with this guy. Sometimes he's in Mexico, sometimes he's in Europe, sometimes he's in America, sometimes he's in Canada, sometimes he's in Korea. Most of the times he's like everywhere. Okay, interesting here. No wall at the jumping point against the Reaper, so he's not gonna block off this area, which is gonna enable Special to most likely get a very good scout, but well, Jieshi could use that one to also lure the Reaper in and get a definite kill on that one. You never know. You can also just block it with a unit, but then you need to commit supply there. And you only have so many units in the early game. This is already a tiny bit of a weird route this SCV is taking here. Just a weird angle, and this probe as well is a little bit funny, and they're gonna meet here. Both of them not going with the direct path across the map. And I guess this is just gonna transform into a scouting SCV. Nope, it's gonna be a block here, an NG Bay block. Gonna be a pylon. See what comes along with this. Reaper. Gonna be deeper after that, it seems. For Special, is it gonna be a Reaper expand? No, it's already on 2 gases. So yeah, of course, it's gonna be a tech heavy build. There's gonna be a depot now, and we're gonna see if it's gonna be 2 Reapers or a factory. And this factory couldn't be in a funnier spot. Okay, so if this finishes, it should basically see this area. So a lift attempt should not work. I think this is just one hex too much that is seen there. I'm not 100% sure. It just might work out that this is completely in the shadows, and if he wants to lift, he could go for it. Ooh, this is very risky though. And of course, especially you can now see the building placement here with your Reaper. You know where everything is. You can go ahead and scout those and just see what you can get there, and even lure the the Adept a little bit into a position where you want it to go. And there we go. It's gonna be a lift into the main. And I think this is just in the shadow. Oh my god. That's the stupidest thing in today. That's the stupidest thing we have seen today. It's gonna be a Widow Mine, right? Oh my god. And these 2 Reapers are coming in here, going for an assassination on one of the probes. Maybe he can get 2 probes. Yes, he's gonna commit the second Reaper to this one. He's gonna go out with the Reaper, and this freaking thing has not been scouted yet. He's gonna wait for 2 mines. How many mines is he gonna wait? Oh my god, is this gonna be a Stargate here? He has the money. Not gonna make one. He's not gonna wait for 2 mines. He's just gonna walk in. And this is completely unexpected, right? Hey, what? What? Wait, what? 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 Oh my god, he's gonna lose 6 or 7 probes there. Oh my god, 5, excuse me, but those Reapers are happy killing another. Oh my god, he only needs 2 Reapers and 1 Widow Mine to close out the game. Wow. Perfect placement there. It's time to lift up your buildings into your opponent's base. Just kill all the probes. Well, that's what you get for building compact bases as Protoss, I guess, against Special. But it was literally, I think it was a spur of the moment thing, because he saw the core and he knew probably, oh, this doesn't reach the vision, so I have a perfect square there. So he just moves up his SCV and it was not being followed by the probe. So he had the opportunity and he just went for it. Well, perfect play here by Juanito, going for 2 Reapers and 1 proxy Widow Mine into a GG. At this point, it's just, well, you get still points for Katowice, right? You get some extra money. It's $100, I think. Go ahead. It should be 400 for the whole cup, so it's like 200, 100, and 50-50. So it's $100 more, it's 200. Which is really nice, I wouldn't say no. If I could like win 3 times like that, yeah. I'd get 100, I'd do it for 100 or $200. I can't, that's why I'm not doing it, but he can. He could. He can. Akiwan is gonna be our next map, and I love this one. I have enjoyed this so much so far. It's a very interesting map. It's kind of cut up into 2 parts. Top right we have Special, and bottom left we have Jieshi. Definitely one of the more interesting maps we have in the pool currently. And one of the fairly standard ones, apparently. A lot of players like to play this map, or at least they hate other maps more. So they don't veto this. This gets through a lot of times. And it feels like Terran has a very good time on this map so far. In total, it's not anywhere near to unbalanced, but it just feels the layout, how the map works, and how good it is to push through the middle. It feels Terran has a very good time with this, and it's kind of choky around the middle, or when you get a little bit closer to the edges, and there's a lot of possibilities with tanks or with strategic positions, which you can really use as a Terran player, the advantage. So it feels, yeah, Terran have a very good time on this. Where are you moving? Like, at first I thought it might be the NG block, but it's a little bit long of a way, but it seems it's still the same thing. Just going perfectly safe this time. Well, he really wanted to avoid the vision tower in the middle, but is he actually going to be in time here? There was enough money, and he made the core first, and that was the mistake. So now he has to pay for it. Well, if you don't make the core first, and even if you chrono boost your first unit from your gateway, it's not going to be in time to fight the Reaper. So you give the Reaper some leeway there to maybe kill 1 or 2 probes in the beginning. And yeah, as we can see, like, or could see last game, basically, what happened was he got like 7 kills or something with the Reapers. And 5 with the Widow Mine, so yeah, that was basically the game-ending damage there. Gonna be only 1 Reaper now, and a reactor into factory. Reactor factory, most likely. This could be kind of anything. He did not force the Nexus in a different position, so I feel like Hellions is gonna be the most least likely chance there. But I wouldn't be surprised. You can still use Hellions. You can utilize them in a drop, for example. You can also just go double Cyclones. You can go Widow Mines. Really, the world is your oyster at this point. You already force your opponent to commit that much just for an engineering block. It's gonna be double Cyclone, which is gonna be very safe as well, and opens up a lot of potential. We've seen games where Cyclones straight up completely wreck an economy because they can just infinitely log on at this point. So even if you chase with your workers, you're gonna lose all of them. And this is a huge supply block, actually. This Nexus has been so much delayed that this Stalker has been stuck here for like, I don't know, man, I want to say 20 seconds or something in the gateway. It's almost 1 production cycle, so it feels like he's almost missing a unit here. Okay, so we're gonna see at least some form of mech opening here. We're gonna see how much he's gonna transition. It feels like it's gonna be the Cyclone style. He already played in a different series, in a different matchup. So we're gonna go for the... ooh, nice catchy on the other. So he's gonna go for the Tech Lab here and gonna grab the Cyclone movement speed. That's the current upgrade for the Cyclones. He's just gonna kill one of these Stalkers, gonna lose one of his Cyclones, which is not good if you want to snowball these bad boys. So he needs to be a little bit careful there. He's gonna have the barracks to spot. But honestly, maybe even making plain Marines, whatever you have on over minerals or gas, you could even make like Reapers to assist this force, which are really good tanking units, yeah, for those Cyclones. And 2 more Cyclones moving in here, and a little bit of a surprise here for Jieshi, who completely did not anticipate this move, and he's not even gonna get 1. Can he get 1 yet? Yes, at least 1 is gonna fall here. And if he can get 1 more shot, he can significantly reduce this force here, but as things are right now, oh, there's even a SCV coming to repair here. Very smart choice from Special. So currently Jieshi is under a lot of pressure. He needs some extra gates, he needs extra units, and as I said before, the one Stalker that was kind of stuck in production there for a while, that really matters right now. If he had like one more Stalker right now, if he had like 4 or 5 Stalkers currently, then everything looks completely different, doesn't it? The higher your Stalker count gets, the better it becomes at pushing these units back. Because they're taking a lot of damage from Stalkers, basically, is what it is. And now we have an Immortal which is gonna instantly connect. There's no way you can really outpace this one. And whenever those units touch the Protoss army, they're just using so much, getting so much damage. And yeah, very nice blink here. Also this Immortal now in the front chasing these back, and as you can see, the speed is not even gonna be in time here to save that last Cyclone. So yeah, Special completely getting pushed back here. Needs to remake his barracks as he lost that one. Luckily he grabbed the third factory before he lost that one. So yeah, let's see how he's gonna follow this up and how he's gonna play this. If it's just gonna be straight up Cyclones into even more and more Cyclones. Gonna try to commit here onto these Stalkers, kind of. Now he's focusing a little bit on the Immortal, but he's completely, well, messing up, it seems. And the Immortal stays alive. A Stalker, 2 Stalkers stay alive, and now he only has 2 Cyclones. And, well, Jieshi can kind of counter push. He can at least force this third here to cancel if he sees this, though. And maybe he can just kill Special. There's nothing at home. There's only 3 Cyclones and 2 more in production, but is this enough? I mean, if you just have 2 Stalkers waiting here, and if your Immortal is kind of moving back home, well, then yes. And Jieshi is completely overcommitting here. Oh boy, if he had the Immortal with this army, even with low health, with the extra barrier, he can basically kill probably 2 Cyclones there, if he doesn't get completely out-microed. A little bit fortunate there for Lucky that Jieshi is overextending there so much. He now sees, of course, this with his units, with his Observer, so he can just move in and get one of those Cyclones. But yeah, that was not the way you want to have this play out, as the Immortal just runs back while the barrier is up. So now he can just kill the Immortal here, easy peasy, and it's only Stalkers left. There you go, that's not the engagement he was looking for, Jieshi. Maybe he could still overpower with only Blink Stalkers, but it seems Special is stabilizing. I feel that was a mistake, though. In that engagement, not utilizing that barrier to tank more shots, to have the Immortal more offensive, dish out more damage with it. He was just literally walking it away. And it has like, I think 100 damage, maybe even 200 damage you can completely absorb with that. For free, basically, or for your cooldown, right? Completely throwing that out of the window doesn't seem like it was the way to go. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna go into a tank transition, it seems. Finally here, Cyclone Tank is gonna be the next step. And we're gonna go into +1 weapon upgrades. And yeah, at this point we have enough Cyclones here. 10 Cyclones against 8 Stalkers, so those Stalkers should not be able to win a fight here. We kind of need to see something else. War Prism gets sniped now. Finally, wow, those Stalkers are actually doing some work. But we kind of need to see something more here from Jieshi. This is not going to be well, enough eventually. When these tanks come out and anchor down those positions, the Cyclones are going to have a point of retreat, basically, where they can go and just flee. Gonna see a 4th base here for Jieshi. Going into some more Zealots. I think they already have charge. We're just gonna confirm this real quick. As you see, charge did finish indeed. We have charge lot, Zealots, +1 with Blink Stalkers. This might just be enough to overpower. We're gonna see. It comes down a lot to execution, but if we get a lot of friendly fires from those tanks against Zealots and their own Cyclones, then hey, well played by Jieshi. If those Zealots just charge onto buildings and don't really do anything, then well done by Special, I guess. Oh, those Stalkers are very low. One more shot into those cluster of Stalkers there. As you can see, it is targeted by Special, and Jieshi is losing a lot of Stalkers there, a lot of firepower, but at the end, does it even matter? Those Stalkers are kind of... Stalkers, no. The cyclists are kind of out of position a little bit, and a lot of damage is going to go down onto this economy here. And the Stalkers being on top of production, they are very low, but they are still dealing a lot of damage. And again, Cyclones trying to fight these Zealots here in the third base. The SCVs, I want to see some repairs here, Special. Come on, at least block these Zealots, repair a little bit of your army. Now he starts to fight. There's only one Cyclone left. He could have kept like 3 Cyclones alive there if he was a little bit earlier to that maneuver. And he loses 26 SCVs. We still have this command center being built. I mean, it's not building currently, but it is still there. And he has still 55 SCVs. He has 3 orbitals finished and running. So he's completely not out of the game. He's still in it. But yeah, this is also a highly committed style here from Jieshi. As you can see, there's only, what, 3 gases behind this. There is no extra tech. There is no storm. There is no robotics, which you really want to have against Mech. There is no Stargate tech, which you also kind of want to have against Mech. And there's going to be ghosts here coming in. What are those ghosts for now? Are we going to see nuke? Is this going to be nuke harassment? Is this just going to peel off any shields? Just for EMPs? I mean, there's nothing really you can snipe other than Zealots, but we are going into a Templar archive, so maybe Special is anticipating that tech switch here. Just enough ahead of time. Warp Prism trying to go into the main. It's gonna actually get through the ring of turrets and gonna warp in some Zealots. Gonna be some nice damage here. There's a couple SCVs, but actually moving in, warping in some Stalkers is kind of cool. While he is trying to move at the front, but there is a lot of defenses still left here. Some ghosts, which I think threw down EMPs, but still, it's not going to be enough. Special is going to be broken here. Jieshi takes a win on the board. It's going to be 1-1. Well played. ML, a lot of Vs. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy. And thank you for tuning in. Maybe open a wrong map or something, or wrong server setting. Maybe he just forgot to put in the game heart. There we go. Alright. Hop into the third map, which is going to be Hecate. I really enjoy this map. It's a lot of paths for engagements. It feels like it's a little bit difficult to move your army around on this map because they kind of naturally split up a lot. So it's a very interesting map for army movement in general, and a lot of choky fights in the middle, kind of. But then there's also a lot of possibility for busts on this map, it feels, against third bases or naturals. In the bottom left we have Special, and in the right, bringing back last game against the Mech style, it is Jieshi. Cyclone Mech style from Special, which kind of never really got to the point where he wanted to be. He never really stabilized after his failed push there. And it's a little bit of a shame, because I kind of wanted to see how he can, you know, stabilize, then how he can go from there to 4 bases really and keep everything tied together, and then eventually how he wants to push and what he really wants to fill this composition out with, basically where it goes into the very late game, if he wants to add starports and get any air support for that style, or if he's fine with only ghosts, for example, you know. And I was really curious to see how he wants to fill out the blanks there. So no engineering bay block this time, it seems. He did it 2 times in a row, and the 3rd time is not going to be the charm here. Thank you for the follow. And Jieshi is kind of scouting. He's trying to see, hey, what angle are you coming in from? Where is your SCV? Where is the NG block? And he's kind of starting to realize, there is no. And he just gets his Nexus off. Special on the other side is going in for a regular Reaper expand with a main base on the high ground. Okay, I love this one. So if you can deny the probe from coming up onto the ramp, well, even if it gets into the natural, it's not gonna see what's going on. So yeah, lovely build here. As we can see, there is no probe scout though. So no player really scouting his opponent or scouting to find anything from his opponent. Moving in a little bit to get this wall tighter. Tiny misplaced barracks there. I mean, a little bit misplaced. And the factory, second gas. So no fast 3cc star here from Special. Gonna see a little bit of a technical 2-base opening. On the other side we have the Twilight Council coming in here. Double gas already running and natural about to be up. Gonna see maybe a probe sniped here. He was waiting for the adept to move out, very smart. Even maybe can get 2 probes. But then he's not gonna be able to scout the tech most likely. Ha! Almost. Was a little bit greedy there. He should have moved a tiny bit more and then thrown down the grenade. It's not like the adept can jump down, but it, of course you can have the grenade placed here and then it bounces the adept because it hits the adept. It is an AoE and it does AoE across those like level differences. So even if you are on the lower level with the grenade, it will still bounce and damage the units that are completely tied to the edge here on the higher level. There we go. Hellion coming in, and Jieshi is micromanaging his adept in the front right now. So he loses another probe, while I don't think he got anything with his adept. This should be only the Reaper kill. Maybe even, yeah, he's just gonna lose this one if he's not careful there. Cyclone can kind of touch this one, it's gonna be gone. Oh yeah, and he's gonna get it. That's not the opening you want here. I mean, it was a good defense though on the Reaper, so as I say that though, it got like 2 kills, right? Yeah, but it only got 1 kill and 1 from the Hellion, so it's not the best, but it's also not the worst. Go Cyclone, snag the probe, yes! That's what I wanted to see, delaying the third here for Jieshi a little bit more. He's gonna lose the Cyclone though for this. Maybe a little bit over adventurous there in that moment. I still love to see it though. Delaying your opponent's nexus. It's probably not worth a Cyclone, but it was already committed a lot at that moment. So yeah, I guess that was what he was looking for. But hey, we have 1 scan. 1 scan and an Archon and 1 more DT. Oh, you need to fight this DT. Yes, perfect retarget here from Special, and he's most likely gonna hold this here. Oh, DTs do so much damage to those Marines, man. If they actually complete against vanilla Marines with no upgrades, Archons are insane. Come on, Mule. Do your work. And we see the Banshee is across the map, starting to pile up some damage. It has Cloak, and I don't think there's an Observer at home. There is no Observer out even yet. There's only 1 Stalker. So much damage being dealt as the Banshee is completely invisible in its Cloak right now. 8 probes falling and count, and should get a couple more. And then it's gonna be chased out. Even a third one, 11 kills, and the Banshee is gonna survive. It's just gonna get tucked away there. 2 more DTs coming in, and no anti-DT building. Sorry, no turret yet. But we're gonna get a Raven there in a second, so this should be all but over. Well, basically, it's gotta be over. Yeah, and even this last DT is not gonna do anything more. There's 1 more Banshee in the natural, and things are completely falling apart for Jieshi at this point. So any fallout push from Special is gonna hit very hard here, and there should be no recourse actually for our Chinese player. Especially just gonna keep this 1 Banshee here in the corner, and the other one is gonna go ahead and maybe even, oh, if he could have grabbed this probe, would have been the perfect play. It's just gonna scout the Nexus, and he's gonna keep it around here for now. Maybe you can snipe some more probes. Trying to come in here in the natural, or maybe just join up the Banshees. Maybe he wants to escort the other one. I'm not sure what his plans are here, but he's gonna join these two for now. He's going into his third CC on the high ground, very safe. He's getting Stim, he's getting some Marauders, could get combat shields as well. And he's just making some more extra barracks as well. We already have a lot of tanks. As you can see, 2 tanks are set up here. The Raven is set up here. Bio is just standing here, and we can see the Banshees moving in again as Jieshi tries to move out to make something happen here. Special just waits for the perfect time. He's gonna get another 6 probes, and I think we lost like 30 probes. Oh, 29! Oh my god. So yeah. This is not what you were looking for as the Protoss, and he's going into Charge Slot Archon, it seems. Or maybe Storm Charge? Maybe that's the only way you can come back. I mean, Charge Shot Archon should not cut it, because Archon Charge Shot is not going to be good as a style anyways against Terran, and you kind of need to have a bigger economy to pull that off if you want to make it work. It's like a brute force composition. I mean, it's smart to have it against like a push from a Terran, but is it too late? Yeah, Storm, that's what I want to see, but the Storm's not going to be in time for this one. Even if he completely Chronos this now, which he by the way doesn't, and warps in a couple Templars, which he hasn't yet. There we go, first one on the way. It's still gonna be, is he gonna even have like 1 Storm for this, you know? He doesn't have the money really. He's on so little probes. Even getting like, every Marine here really counts for him. Literally. And Special again, with a Raven harassment here in the main base. Getting another 5 drones. He's gonna even snipe this Observer. So the last Widow Mine is gonna be completely invisible, but it doesn't even matter. Last unit here completely get demolished from Jieshi. Special taking game number 2 in a, well, kind of straightforward fashion there. Really overpowering Jieshi here. Almost pushed off glass with my elbow. Thank God that didn't happen. The next map's gonna be hard lead. Hard lead. I like the lead. I want to lead in a series. Let's go. Be ready. Good luck, have fun. Protoss against Terran. 2-1 for Special. Maybe the last map of the series. Let's see and find out. Five. Go. Bottom right, Special, a Mexican Terran. Up left, we have a Chinese sorry, Chinese Protoss player. It's Jieshi. Are we gonna go for one of these infamous engineering bay blocks again? Let's wait and see. He did it 2 times, not on the 3rd map, but this map kind of leads itself or lends itself to the idea, because aliens might be just very, like these bases, 3rd bases are kind of far away from the natural, so like if you can really force the expansion in a different location, having Hellion run bys would be really cool. But we see no SCV moving out, so yeah, it's not gonna happen. He's just gonna go for a double gas this time, so a very tech heavy opening here, or potentially tech heavy opening. Gonna be a later command center, so he's definitely gonna need to find some damage, and it's like, well, Jieshi. Let's see he does, but yeah, this seems just like a normal opening for now. Not gonna go super greedy, but he has this 1 probe in a very peculiar position. If this is gonna be the 2nd pylon, this is gonna be the tech, and this looks like a Stargate position to me. It's so close. It's gonna be second pylon. We have 2 gases, which were a little bit early, it felt like, but I'm not a Protoss expert, but as you can see, yeah, usually you want to have a full saturation on minerals and then you go into gases. So this is earlier, and we're gonna get a Zealot to keep off any, well, Reaper basically, and also because it's not gonna cost any gas, and well, your gas is your limit. Make the, oh, well, as you can see, actually, he could have even cancelled the Zealot and make us an Adept still, but yeah. Stargate is gonna be the weapon of choice, and wow, scouting this probe is so huge if he scouts this area. Oh my lord, special. He only sees this one proxy pylon, which will be denied here, or will be cancelled. So this would have been for shield batteries. So I assume Jieshi's idea is Void Rays. But after it being seen, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna swap up his plan, and is he gonna go into just an Oracle opening there? Just having an Oracle might be very good. You know, in this position, it's gonna be so fast. It's gonna be a Stargate though. Sorry, a Void Ray. The Stargate's already finished, what I'm saying. And a base in the high ground position here. So yeah, kind of all of the cards in Special's hand right now. Ball is in his court. And he's even gonna move in with the 2 Reapers. Nothing at home to defend. Literally nothing. Everything just moved out. Stalker's turning around to walk back home. But man, these Reapers are gonna have a field day here. Killing probes left and right. Please micro them a little bit so you get at least confirm these last couple kills here. We get one more before he moves out with the Reapers. Not gonna lose them. There we go. Void Ray in the base. This needs to be repaired ASAP. It's not gonna happen, and it goes down. So now can Jieshi overpower Special in his home base, who kind of did not anticipate an air attack here, a Void Ray. It was probably the least thing he expected to happen. And yeah, as you can see, the Void Ray is kind of the same pace as a Cyclone, but if he loses the lock on, or loses the basically the beam, then he's just gonna die to the Cyclone, because the Cyclone can eternally lock on. And once we have the starboard finishing up here and another Cyclone out, well, it feels like with the Viking and more Cyclones, more and more Marines coming out, kind of are eventually gonna be safe, huh? The bunker is finished. What are the Reapers doing? I think, did they get picked off? Yes, so he lost the Reapers eventually, but not before losing a lot of workers to the Reapers. Kind of want to snipe the Void Ray here. Can you get it with the Marines? And yes, they are gonna get the Void Ray, so a little bit of an overcommitment here from Jieshi, who has lost 2 at this point. He has lost a lot. Special also has lost a lot, but he's on 2 bases. This is just starting. There we go, second factory, so he just wants more Cyclones for now. Gonna get Viking, Cyclone, Marine basically. And this is gonna be enough to push this back. It's a huge scout though on this fact that there is a factory coming. Can he finish this one? I don't think so. Or maybe he can actually, just before the next one is gonna spawn. Is this Viking faster, or is it slower? Is it the same speed? It's so weird. It feels like it's a little bit slower. This is like the... And there's like a Hydra down here, dancing. This is like one of the slower paced fast speed racing situations I've ever seen. And yeah, finally the Viking manages to snag this one, and the next Void Ray is gonna try and come and see if it can find the Viking. Stalker coming to intercept here, and I think it's gonna be enough. Yeah, the Viking is gonna die, definitely. Yeah, boom. Falling into the pit down there. And things are kind of weirdly stabilizing at this point. So we have 2 bases here for Special. We have a very hacked out Terran, who is going into this Cyclone Mech style again. And he has a starport with this, which might have been not the usual stuff you have with this. And on the other side, we have only tech on basically Special's part of the map, which is very exposed here, and which was of course seen by the Viking, right? So he completely knows where everything is, and he can just push out and kill this off. The next thing that's gonna happen is gonna be Blink. And that's basically everything he can do at this point. What he really needed was another base, another Nexus, but he doesn't have it. So yes, Jieshi looks to be very far behind at this point here. Special has already basically the same amount of workers. He has mules with his group, and he has the higher developed tech. But, you know, sometimes it comes down to control. Sometimes you can still win a fight, which you should lose. But is this the case here? It feels like the answer is no. Special kind of demolishing really the army here, and there is no overcharge. Finally, overcharge gets triggered, but there is only one stalker left. Is this actually enough? These probes are getting healed by the overcharge. The stalker falls, weirdly enough, and well, only a Viking and 2 Cyclones, but Cyclones can kill infinite probes at this point. Probes is not the answer, and losing so many probes is no the answer for special. 2 more Cyclones join the fray. The barracks is gonna land here. Both stalkers are dying. And Jieshi not ready to give up yet, but everything riding is on the wall. Everything's pointing into a victory pose here for special. And hey, GG, well played. Special makes it so that he just grabs the $200 for himself.